Thank you for turning to page 121. Today we're going to take a look at a new toy I got not too long ago. A Battletech Battlemat. I've seen these for years, mostly at Adepticon. They get the little window here, you can touch it, and ooh, it's a neoprene mat and it's double-sided. Comes in a nice tube. This is Desert Grasslands A. So we're going to go ahead and open this guy up and take a look at what you get. Okay, pull it out of the box. What you get is a battle mat. Good size one. Okay, there she is. That's nice. It's got the textures on it, or not the hills and such, so you can go ahead and have your battle mechs going up and down hills and hiding behind hills and stuff. Now this is just like the flat paper mats as far as the hills and the trees and such. And I used to play on that, and frankly years ago I started playing just with tabletop scenery, no hexes, and I really enjoyed it. But with the advent of Hextech, the Battletech roadway system, I got that back in March, I decided that I wanted to go to this scale. As you can see, the road system lines up nicely inside the hexes. So there you go. You just lay the road system down over what you're, over the contours and such, so we can ignore the markings for the hills and that kind of stuff. And then the battle mechs are on here. And then, if I get my hands on some of the Hextech buildings, then I'll be able to, the buildings will slide in here because they're on hex bases and they'll slide in there. So everything will be to the correct scale. It'll all be nice and pretty. So I'm pretty excited about this. I'll pull out a little bit. There we go. So, and these battle mechs are from the Battletech, A Game of Armored Combat. And you're going, wait a minute, they're not painted. Well, that's because I don't like to paint. I'm not very skilled at it, and I'm colorblind, so it doesn't make a ton of difference to me. And I just wanted to show some modern battle mechs with it. I'm an older Battletech player, so I have a lot of the older mechs, but I wanted the current ones to be shown. Now let's take a look at the other side of the mat. Get all my goodies off of here. This is the forest side. It's a neoprene mat, which means it's like what they used to call mouse pad material. Nice and flexible, and pretty forgiving on stains and marks and things like that. I know this from other mats I've had over the years. I really like neoprene mats. So we got this one out. We're going to go ahead and set up a couple more roads just to get an idea how it would work on this side too. And what I'm planning on doing is when I play, I'm just going to go ahead and put this over any hexes that are marked, and we're going to have other terrain, 3D terrain that'll be with this. So I'm pretty much not going to use the markings on the map itself. So I'm not going to be using the hills and the trees, because like I said, that's how I used to play, but I kind of graduated from that some years ago. And it's interesting, but I always found the hills and the forests and stuff printed on the maps to be a little confusing when everything is two-dimensional and you're trying to simulate a three-dimensional. I just always found it kind of confusing because I've got a level 1 here, hill here, 2, hill, and then I've got a level 2, and then it stays to level 2 and goes back to level 1. I've always found that a little confusing. I'm much better with 3D modeling, and that's why I'm excited to have these hexes on this pre-printed map. And now I've got the roads that go with the hexes. They're sized perfectly with the mechs. The mechs are also scaled perfectly to fit on the hexes. And like I said, now the next trick is going to be to get my hands on some Gale Force 9 buildings and to have the whole thing come together and have my guys play some Battletech. I love Battletech. I miss it. I haven't played it much. I was part of an active group in the 90s, and we played at a game store in the area called 3D House of Games, and I was part of a couple of leagues, and we did a couple of tournaments and such, and I did pretty well in them. But that store closed in 2001, and everybody that was associated with Battletech in that store has pretty much gone their own way. So I kind of lost my Battletech group then. My guys will play Battletech, they like it, but they would prefer to play a lot of other games before they play Battletech. But that's all I wanted to show you, the nice flexible neoprene mat. As you can see, it's very flexible. We've got the grass on the one side, the desert on the other, and there's a whole series of these out. I'll put a link to Catalyst Game Labs for this Battletech map. This guy was $30, I think it was printed in 2023. I think it was $30. You can get them at secondary markets as well. And there's plenty of stuff like this out there. But I just thought I'd show the official Battletech Battlemat. And again, this is Desert Grasslands A. And it's double-sided. So really excited about using it. So once we do, I'll let you know how it went. I'm pretty excited to have this. I'm excited that my Battletech collection is kind of growing again. It's been stagnant for a long, long time. I've got a lot of older mechs, but I'm excited to have some newer ones. And yeah, I guess I'll get around to painting them one of these days. But that's all I've got today on page 121. I want to thank you for your time. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video about the Battletech Battlemat, let me know in the comments below. I'm really excited about having Battletech kind of back in my life. We have had a bit of a layoff in the last several years. We just haven't really been playing. We've played it a handful of times, but I want to get back to doing a rotation. We're thinking about doing a mercenary campaign where my players would team up and this team would have so many mechs and this team would have so many mechs, and they'd go against each other for various contracts. So we're going to see how that goes. But again, if that takes off and if there's any interest in this kind of stuff, that's something I might present on the channel in the future. But that's all I've got today on page 121. I want to thank you for your time. Thanks for watching. Please leave any comments below. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Tell your friends. Let's keep the channel growing. Take a look at the Patreon, see if you can help me out there. But in the meantime, thank you for your time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on page 121.